Good day, good afternoon, and welcome to the second part, or the first repair part of the Gold Lion. Today I am going to disassemble, clean out and reassemble the carburetor. It's the Fichtel Sachs FNS little carburetor. We will take it apart, clean out it, and I will give a little information about how it works, because there is it's not the standard, so there is a little bit difference between the modern ones and this one. So I took it off the bike. I took also the inlet off, so we can clean it also out. If I do works like this, I always put a clock underneath, so if I drop a little part, it won't bounce off the table and I do not have to search it for a long time. So first things we do by any disassembling of carburetor, we take out the old gas, which still is inside. It's not much, but we take it out, so we won't spill it all over the place. The little bolts and nuts, I will see if they are all the same size, and then I will put them in a nice place, so we will not lose them, as this will be very hard to find. As told before, it's a bike which was made around the 50s, so it's 70 years old, so there is a little bit of caution needed if we take it apart. So here we have the float, which at the moment is stuck. We will not force anything. We will take everything out very slowly and easily. The parts that don't come off easy, we have to check them again. The gaskets at the moment we will reuse, and if it seems that they are not good, I will make all new gaskets. So this is also very important, because for my opinion, as long as it works, we keep it. Here we have the air filter. It's an air filter which you can open and close. You have a little Z and little A. It's zu and auf, because it's German carburetor, it's German writing, and you can turn it around and you see the air inlet changes. So if you start, you put it on A, auf, you put it open, it gets more air, and after a while you close it down a little bit, not too much or the engine will stall. You leave it a little bit open as you want the engine to run. That depends on the settings of the jets and the screws. So that has been taken off. Here we have the air screw with a little spring. We take it off. Then we have here the jet. It is fastened with number 8. We take out the jet like this, and then we can take out or take off if it goes. We have to see that we do not break anything. The inlet of the gas, like this. First sight, it seems pretty clean, not much dirt inside, so that already is good. The float we will take out also. For that we need to take off a little clips, which we put here, and then we can take out the float from the underside. So we take out the float pen. Here you see a little gap which holds the clips, and here we have the float. It has an up and a down side, maybe not. It looks the same, but as I took it out, I saw that the small side here was facing down. So we will put it back that way. And here we have the carburetor disassembled. As I told before, it's not that much of a job because it is very easy and very simple technique from the 50s. And if I do recall correctly, then this carburetor was used somewhere from the 30s, so before the Second World War. Already these parts were used on these little engines. The air filter we will take apart a little bit later. So now I will clean out the parts as they are. I will blow it out with compressed air. I will clean it out with a cloth with a little bit of detergent, but not that much, because we don't want to get some chemicals inside which will stick on the materials. And as I told before, the carburetor itself looks quite good. It's not that dirty. There is not debris inside, so we do not have to do crazy things. And at this moment I even don't think it is needed to get it in an ultrasonic bath or something like that. So it looks good. So I will put the video for some minutes on pause. I will clean the parts with compressed air, a little bit of detergent, and then we will reassemble the carburetor and put it back on the bike. So you see, it's not that it will take you a whole day of work. You just can do this in a matter of, if you do it the first time, it will take you about 1 hour. If you have done it several times, I think within half an hour you can do a quick cleaning of the carburetor, reassembly, and then the adjustment. We will adjust it on the standard way, which I will explain in a minute, and then it will be all right. Good. So I will pause the video and I will rejoin you in a couple of minutes, and for you it will be a gap of a half a second, I think. And we're back. So I have cleaned out all these parts. I took the compressor, I just blew out everything, and I got around it with a cloth just to get the parts clean. For me that is okay, because I do not want to put it in some kind of bath or ultrasonic cleaning, because I will not clean the bike to be like new. I want to get the bike to have the patina as he has now, because I think that will be the best way to preserve the motorcycle, because it is that clean. So meanwhile I'm still getting over some parts, taking off the last little parts, last little bits of dirt. And now we will reassemble the carburetor. So we put back in the float, which goes like here, underneath it. This one we put here so we do not lose the little thing where the float is on. So small part goes down that way. The little clips we will put like this over it, and then I have here the little thing, I don't know how it's called in English. In Dutch it's pincet. So first time went wrong, second time hopefully will go good. This is always a little bit of trial and error, but if we have at the end success, then it's no problem to have 2 or 3 times to lose the clips. So pom, 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 pom. You just have to see that we do not break anything, because parts for these carburetors are not that easy to find, although somewhere I have read that this kind of engine, so also this kind of carburetor, they have produced about 700,000 parts of it before and just after the war, because it also was used as a stationary engine. So 6 or 7 tries, we have success. The float is on its place. Then this lid goes up. It can only go one way because we have a little dent here, we have a little dip here, so that goes like this on top, and we have 2 screws to tie it back, like this one and the other one like this. I will not put back the screws entirely, or it's not that much of work, so we will do it the correct way. And if you see, I don't put too much pressure on them. So then we have the jet. The jet, which was easy to clean. I just blew it out. It was free. There was nothing inside it, so it can go back in. If the jet is clogged, the little parts here and the thingy here, if it's clogged, then you can take a brush like this one. You take off one little metallic hair, you take it off, you take it in some pliers, and then you can go through little holes. It will not leave any marks, there will be nothing left, and this is a very soft metal, so it won't damage the jet. So if that's the case, you always can do it like that. The jet goes in here, and you just put it back, you fasten it, not too hard, don't break it. That's the main part. Then we have here the inlet for the fuel, also cleaned out. We just mount it back like this. So that's that. Then we have here the air screw, which also is there to adjust it. So that one standard, we put it all the way in until the spring is completely compressed, you see, and then you just take it out 1.5 times. So half, another half, and another half. This way I set every carburetor. So if I put it back on the motorcycle, I don't have many time, or I don't have time the next day to do the job, and I do it within a month, I don't have to think how did I do it. It's always 1.5. And then after starting the engine, you can readjust it, but the starting point for me is always the same, 1.5 rotations of the adjustment screw. Then we have here this one. You see, you can turn it around. So if you put the carburetor on the engine, you have to put this carburetor, you can turn it around, you have to put it level. So it's not like this or like that, it has to be straight. Otherwise, the engine will not turn that good. So that will be for later, because I have to put this first on the bike and then I put on the carburetor. And now this one, which is now clean and reassembled and pre-adjusted to my standard. This is not a standard that everybody has to use. This is my standard, just to be sure. We will take apart the air filter, which is not that much of a job. You take out the spring, and that even doesn't have to be done with pliers, you can do it by hand. So that one goes back on the spot. You take it out. Then we have to see. Okay, so this one, this little knob here goes through the hole, which has the Z and the A. So that's okay. And then we just have to find the part or the position that we can take it apart. Sorry, my fault. Here's the knob. So that one goes out. The filter element, which we will clean out, and this is fast. So I will clean out all of this, make it nice and neat, and then I will return and we will reassemble the air filter, or the air box, you can call it like that, because it's the box with the filter inside. Sounds a little bit faster. And then we will reassemble the carburetor, and job done. So, parts cleaned out, nice and neat. Now we will reassemble it. Just the way it came off, we put all back. Hopla. Only one way. And then we have here at the other side, we put this. So, turns, is fast, it's okay. It goes back on. And we tied it up. good one. So here we have cleaned out carburetor from the 98cc Fichtel Sachs two-stroke engine from somewhere the 30s back to end of the 50s, beginning of 60s, and then they have made the little bit modern ones, which have for the 100cc, almost 100cc engine, more power, because 2.5 horsepower is not that much, but it keeps the engine running very long time, very good, and not a lot of problems with it. So here we go. Thanks for watching. If you have seen something that you want to have more info about, or if there is something that you want me to explain another time, another way of, if there is some info, please comment. If you want to follow the project and the other projects which are coming soon, subscribe to the channel. You will be kept notice of everything what's happened. And I hope to see you soon, hopefully within a couple of days. And then I will take off the engine head, check the fuse, check the spark, and we will see if we can make it run. Just a little try if the thing is alive. And if it's alive, then we will go on. We will take off the wheels, check the brakes, put on new tires, put on the pinion seat, because I have the pinion seat from the motorbike also, so that looks very, very beautiful on it, and an overall cleaning. So I hope to see you soon in the next video.